Now let's apply the concept to solving inequalities. The first example says 3m minus 4 is more than 11. So before you even think about what the answer is, treat this question as an equation. So we will solve this as 3m minus 4 equal to 11, but we want our answer to be m is greater than a number. It's always good to preset the answer so you can just fill it in later. From the question, we can do the flow chart as our choice. So m times 3 minus 4 will give us 11 in the answer. And using the inverse operations, we would have to add 4 and divide it by 3. So 11 plus 4 is 15, and 15 divided by 3 is 5. Since m equals to 5, the answer we put into the blank will be 5, which we can read this as m is more than 5. And to graph this statement, we will begin with an empty number line where you put the 5, which is the answer, in the middle, and pick a number of your choice on the left side, which in this case I will pick 4 and 6. And the reason we pick a number on the left side and the right side is because it helps us to check our answer later on to see if the answer makes sense. So we will put a circle on top of the 5 representing the answer, and we will not shade it in because your answer needs to be more than 5, and the arrow will be pointing forward, just like our greater than symbol. Now let's check with the numbers on the left and right side of the answer. Starting with 4, 3 times 4 minus 4 should be greater than 11. And let's see, 3 times 4 is 12. Which 12 minus 4 is 8. 8 is not greater than 11, which this is not true. Now on the right side, we have the 6, which 3 times 6 minus 4 should be greater than 11. And 3 times 6 is 18, which 18 minus 4 does give us 14 that's greater than 11. So this is true with the way that we graphed it. Now let's try out another example. 2y plus 1 is at most or less than or equal to 4. Just like our previous example, we will treat this as an equation, which is 2y plus 1 equal to 4. And again, our answer should be y is at most something. So presetting the answer will help. Now with this question, let's try to solve it using inverse operations, which is set map. Following set map, we need to do adding and subtracting first. In our case, we would have to get rid of the plus 1 first, and the inverse operation will be minus 1, which cancels this part out. And we have 2y equals 3. From there, we need to get rid of the 2 in front of the y by dividing both by 2. So y will equal to 1.5. So the blank that we fill in for the y is less than or equal to will be 1.5. And again, to graph this question, we will first draw a blank number line with 1.5 in the middle. And we will put a number on the left side of 1.5, which I would choose 0, and 3 on the right. Since the answer is less than or equal to, I will shade in the circle. And less than means pointing to the left, just like the less than symbol. And now, last step, checking the answer. For 0, we have 2 times 0 plus 1. That should be less than or equal to 4, which 2 times 0 is 0, plus 1 less than or equal to 4. And 0 plus 1 is 1, which 1 is less than or equal to 4. So this is a true statement. Now let's check the right side also. 2 times 3 plus 1 should be less than or equal to 4. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 is not less than or equal to 4. That means this is not true. So the graph is correct. The answer line needs to be pointed to the left. What are some tips to solve inequalities? 1. It is just like an equation, so solve it using the inverse of the order of operations, which is set map. Or you can also use the flow chart, which is also called backtracking. 2. Graph it means putting the answer on a number line. So whenever you see the word graphed it, just put the answer on the number line. With less than or equal to and greater than or equal to, shade in the dot. With less than or greater than, leave the dot empty. 3. Make sure to put at least 3 numbers on the number line, preferably one before the answer and one after the answer, so you can check your answer. Okay, that's it for the lesson.